my TikTok grew from 140 followers last week to this week 1,260. So I thought I'd discuss some of the reasons why I believe my TikTok grew so much in such a short time period, as well as ways that potentially someone else could try and implement to get similar results. So what ended up happening is I typically make videos on long form content like YouTube and then produce short clips, which I then would put on TikTok. However, last week I thought, you know what, let me try something different. Rather than making clips elsewhere, I'll just talk directly to the camera on the TikTok app. So I done that for 2 videos, and then I thought, you know what, I'll make 1 more video. But this time I thought, let me highlight something which is quite unique to myself and something which I haven't really discussed much on my platform. And that was my experience being Somali and a medical student. And that video really grew, and it gave me hundreds of followers. And I believe the reason why that video gave me hundreds of followers is because I showcased something which was unique, and it was also relatable. It was relatable because of the content that I was mentioning. I discussed how being of an ethnic minority is something that's really important in healthcare, because that diversity could help break barriers with patients. And I discussed it, and there was loads of comments, and a lot of people agreed because they had experienced a similar thing, either as a health professional or as a patient themselves. So one thing I'd say is be relatable and showcase something unique. So that video gave me hundreds of followers. I made another video which was maybe 2 days ago, and it was 7 minutes long, and I discussed how to improve confidence. That video so far has probably given me like 500 followers, and I believe once again it was a unique video. I tried to teach something which I have taught other people and I've implemented myself in my own life, and it has worked for me, and that is the way to speak confidently. And I think the reason why I gained so many followers was because of how beneficial it was. I basically narrowed down everything I've learned through public speaking and speaking to a camera and communicating with other people in a really short time period. And I think because the video was just jam-packed with so much useful information, the people who stuck around to watch it found it really beneficial, saved the video, shared it with other people, and it kept on spiraling in that fashion. So to conclude from what I've been able to assess so far, I think the key things are to showcase something unique, to post content which is relatable, and to try and post content which is really beneficial to people. If you post content which is really beneficial to people, they're going to follow you. I've seen so far accounts which produce a lot more views than I have, a lot more likes, but they have less followers, and I believe this is the reason why. If a person follows you, there has to be a reason for that. If you've produced a video or made a piece of content which perhaps it was a bit entertaining, but there's no reason for that person to stick around, then they're likely to watch the video, like, and just continue scrolling. Whereas if you've made content which has been impactful to that person has left having gained something, then they're far more likely to follow you. Because if you can do that once, then hopefully you can do that again. So I think those were the main reasons why my account grew from 140 followers to right now 1,260 in a span of a week.